In the temples of old, sages whispered that pain is the sculptor of the soul, shaping it into something stronger and more radiant. They taught that grace is not the absence of suffering, but the art of carrying it with silent dignity. To endure with stillness is to honor the divine balance between loss and learning. True wisdom blooms in those who accept pain as a sacred teacher. People who handle pain with grace do not deny their wounds. They use them as tools to grow. They reflect, breathe, and let the hurt refine their spirit instead of defining it. Through self-awareness and acceptance, they transform what was meant to break them into the very reason they stand taller. The ancients believed that when the heart endures sorrow in silence, it communes with eternity itself. The one who can bow to pain without losing faith holds more strength than any warrior. Patience, not power, is what conquers despair. Enduring with love makes the spirit immortal. Those who rise above pain have learned to listen to their emotions instead of running from them. They sit with discomfort, breathe through it, and let the time become their ally. Growth is born not from escape, but from calm reflection and resilience in moments of darkness. In the scrolls of forgotten lands, wise elders spoke of those who wore pain like a crown. Heavy, yes, but radiant. They said that grace is not shown by smiling through agony, but by understanding it, forgiving it, and letting it cleanse the heart of bitterness. Through such cleansing, the spirit shines pure. People who master pain do not compete with it, they cooperate. They turn heartbreak into motivation, confusion into clarity, and weakness into empathy. Every scar becomes a roadmap showing where strength was born. The ancient monks of the desert taught that the soul expands only when it has been stretched by hardship. They fasted, prayed, and embraced solitude to meet their own suffering face to face. Those who do not run from pain, but instead befriend it, awaken a deeper understanding of life's sacred rhythm. The strongest people do not rush their healing. They understand that patience is part of recovery. They know that emotional pain fades when met with acceptance and routine care, rest, time, and gentle self-talk. Healing is not linear, it is layered and human. The sages of the East taught that pain, like the river, flows endlessly but never stays still. It moves, transforms, and carries lessons in its current. The one who learns to float upon that current rather than drown in resistance finds inner peace that cannot be disturbed. People who handle pain gracefully allow themselves to feel deeply without judgment. They cry when needed, rest when tired, and speak kindly to their inner self. Their resilience comes not from denial, but from acceptance, the courage to say, "This hurts, but I will heal." In sacred texts carved upon stone, it was said that pain reveals truth, truth of self, truth of desire, truth of faith. When the storm of suffering passes, the air becomes clearer. The soul that walks through fire without turning bitter emerges as gold refined by divine flame. Those who navigate pain with wisdom create small rituals of healing each day, writing, walking, meditating, or simply breathing through the ache. They focus on progress, not perfection. With each mindful act, they reclaim pieces of their strength. The philosophers of lost kingdoms taught that silence is the language of pain's transformation. The heart that sits quietly in its suffering learns to hear what words cannot express. From silence grows understanding, and from understanding comes serenity. People who handle pain with grace don't let it define their story. They rewrite it. They choose resilience as their identity, not the memory of what hurt them. Each challenge becomes a page in a book of endurance. The elders of the mountains said that when the soul is wounded, nature becomes its mirror. The sky, vast and calm, teaches acceptance. The wind whispers of letting go. And in that communion, one learns that healing begins where resistance ends. Graceful people seek meaning in their pain. They reflect on lessons hidden beneath discomfort and ask, "What is this teaching me?" Their perspective turns pain into a tool for growth rather than a source of defeat. From the wisdom scrolls of ancient Tibet comes the saying, "A calm heart tames all storms." The sage who practices stillness and suffering finds that pain loses its power. In quiet acceptance lies the strength to endure without despair. People who handle pain wisely build supportive circles around them. They understand that sharing sorrow lessens its weight. Through empathy, community, and love, they transform isolation into connection. In the golden temples of the Nile, priests taught that suffering purifies the spirit like fire refines metal. It burns away illusions, leaving only the essence of truth. One who embraces pain as purification transcends it and walks lighter upon the earth. Emotionally strong people don't rush to fix everything. They allow themselves to feel, rest, and rebuild. They trust the process of time, knowing that patience turns sorrow into insight. Ancient poets said that the soul learns balance only through the tides of joy and sorrow. Without loss, we would never understand gratitude. Without pain, compassion would remain unknown. Thus, pain is not a curse, but a bridge to understanding. Those who heal gracefully avoid blaming life or others. They take responsibility for their emotions and focus on personal growth. Strength lies in understanding that pain is part of the human condition, not a punishment. In forgotten monasteries, it was taught that tears are prayers of the soul. When one allows them to fall freely, healing begins. The river of emotion cleanses what words cannot, leaving the heart lighter and wiser. Emotionally wise people give themselves permission to feel. They know that suppressing pain only deepens it. By expressing emotions honestly, they build emotional flexibility and inner harmony. The ancients spoke of the lotus path, the flower that blooms only from mud. Pain, they said, is that mud. Without it, beauty cannot emerge. The one who understands this no longer fears hardship, but welcomes it as the birthplace of transformation.
True healing begins when one stops fighting the emotions that arise from pain, and instead listens to what the heart is trying to teach. Through reflection, acceptance, and mindful breathing, individuals find that even the sharpest wounds can soften into lessons of resilience, compassion, and self-awareness. When we allow our inner life to rest and reflect, we discover that our suffering is not an obstacle but a guide. Each tear, each pang of loss, can illuminate the path toward greater understanding, reminding us that emotional strength grows from facing rather than fleeing our difficulties. People who cultivate calm in the midst of hurt develop habits that nurture their mind, body, and spirit. Journaling their thoughts, meditating in quiet spaces, or simply walking with awareness enables them to transform grief into clarity and despair into personal insight. Handling pain gracefully is less about ignoring the discomfort and more about learning to live with it, to understand it, and to allow it to shape a more compassionate and resilient version of oneself over time. By giving themselves permission to feel, modern healers of the soul understand that vulnerability is not weakness. Accepting and processing pain openly allows it to become a teacher that instills patience, wisdom, and an unshakable sense of self. The practice of mindful reflection, breathing through emotions, and acknowledging the ebb and flow of internal storms creates an inner sanctuary where the wounded heart can rest, recover, and gradually regain its natural equilibrium. Individuals who approach their suffering with self-compassion and intention learn to reframe each setback as an opportunity for growth, allowing their emotional wounds to become stepping stones toward a more balanced and centered life. Modern wisdom teaches that when we pause to notice the lessons hidden within pain, we transform it from a burden into a source of insight. Each struggle endured with presence strengthens character and enriches the inner world of the soul. Daily routines that include reflection, gentle movement, and moments of stillness build resilience. People who integrate these practices into their lives discover that emotional stability is cultivated gradually, with care, patience, and persistent attention. Facing the truth of our emotions and sitting with discomfort rather than escaping it develops mental and emotional flexibility. Over time, this approach nurtures courage, empathy, and a profound capacity for inner peace. Healing habits are rooted in awareness. Noticing triggers, observing emotional patterns, and responding with intentionality allows one to navigate challenges with grace and maintain a sense of control over one's inner landscape. The art of coping with pain includes recognizing what is within our control and what is not. By letting go of what cannot be changed and focusing energy on what can, we transform suffering into purposeful action and self-growth. Modern approaches to emotional resilience emphasize mindfulness, self-compassion, and restorative practices that restore balance. Each moment of attentive care strengthens the mind's ability to process and release lingering hurt. Writing, reflection, and sharing feelings in trusted spaces are essential habits for those who face pain courageously. These practices allow the heart to release tension and for the soul to convert experience into wisdom. Inner strength is cultivated not by resisting suffering, but by accepting it as part of the human journey. By embracing vulnerability, one uncovers a profound ability to adapt, recover, and continue with clarity and purpose. Emotional healing involves acknowledging the full spectrum of feelings without judgment. By observing thoughts and sensations as transient, people learn to hold space for themselves in times of turmoil and emerge steadier and wiser. Self-care habits like sleep, nutrition, movement, and reflection create a foundation for resilience. Those who treat their body and mind with respect in times of difficulty are better equipped to face challenges without losing balance. Reflection on past experiences, acceptance of current realities, and envisioning a future with hope are daily habits that allow individuals to grow from suffering rather than be consumed by it. People who respond to pain with curiosity rather than fear explore the lessons hidden within, transforming obstacles into catalysts for growth and uncertainty into opportunity for self-discovery. Mindful breathing and grounding exercises allow the mind to settle amidst emotional chaos, providing clarity and a sense of agency, even when external circumstances feel overwhelming or out of control. Building emotional resilience includes practicing forgiveness of oneself and others. Letting go of resentment frees energy and opens space for healing, understanding, and renewed inner peace. Reflective journaling and meditation help track progress over time, revealing patterns and growth that may remain unnoticed, reminding us that even small, consistent habits can lead to profound transformation. Seeking support from mentors, friends, or therapists is a habit of those who gracefully navigate pain. Recognizing that we are not alone fosters connection, understanding, and strength in times of vulnerability. Establishing boundaries protects the heart and allows for healthy emotional processing. Those who set clear limits cultivate environments that nurture recovery and personal growth without unnecessary strain or conflict. Awareness of the present moment anchors the mind in reality, preventing emotional overwhelm from spiraling. Habits of presence, reflection, and gratitude stabilize the inner landscape even during challenging experiences. Engaging with creative outlets, music, art, or writing provides a channel for expression, allowing pain to be translated into beauty, insight, and emotional liberation. Acceptance of change, impermanence, and unpredictability is a crucial habit for those who handle pain gracefully. By embracing life as fluid and evolving, they reduce resistance and cultivate serenity. Compassionate self-talk nurtures inner strength. Speaking to oneself with understanding and encouragement during hardship fortifies resilience and prevents self-criticism from compounding emotional pain. Practicing gratitude for small moments, even amidst suffering, shifts perspective and strengthens the ability to perceive hope and joy alongside challenges. Creating rituals for reflection, whether morning or evening, allows for consistent emotional processing. Habits rooted in mindfulness anchor the heart and provide clarity in times of distress. Modern healers of the soul recognize that recovery is a journey, not a destination. Each step, however small, contributes to long-term resilience and emotional equilibrium. Releasing expectations about how healing should unfold reduces frustration and self-judgment. Allowing the process to unfold naturally fosters patience, understanding, and acceptance. Intentional breathing, meditation, and mindful observation of thoughts strengthen the ability to respond rather than react to pain, creating habits of calm and conscious action. People who navigate life's challenges gracefully learn to transform negative energy into motivation for positive change, seeing adversity as a catalyst for personal growth rather than a setback. Reflecting on the lessons embedded in painful experiences allows one to build resilience. By examining both triumphs and failures, individuals create a foundation of wisdom for future challenges. Emotional resilience is strengthened when one takes time to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Habits of conscious awareness transform challenges into opportunities for growth and clarity. People who nurture inner peace establish daily practices that quiet the mind and restore balance. Meditation, deep breathing, and mindful observation of thoughts create a foundation for responding to life with calmness and grace. When we focus on self-compassion rather than self-criticism, emotional wounds begin to soften. Habits of kindness and patience toward oneself cultivate strength and the capacity to face adversity with serenity.
Handling emotional pain gracefully includes developing routines that restore energy, such as sufficient rest, nourishing meals, and gentle movement. These simple but consistent practices fortify the mind and body for resilience. The act of journaling feelings allows for externalizing emotions, making them more manageable. Recording thoughts and reflections helps identify patterns, process grief, and recognize progress over time. Modern healers of the soul recognize that cultivating gratitude alongside discomfort enhances emotional balance. Appreciating small joys amidst hardship fosters hope, perspective, and inner contentment. Practicing forgiveness, whether of oneself or others, releases the weight of lingering resentment. Those who embrace forgiveness find emotional freedom, clarity, and renewed capacity for peace. Emotional strength grows when we observe our thoughts without judgment. Awareness of mental patterns allows us to respond with intention and prevent the amplification of pain through negative cycles. People who handle pain gracefully embrace impermanence, recognizing that emotions, circumstances, and challenges are transient creates space for acceptance, letting go, and emotional restoration.
Establishing supportive relationships is crucial for emotional recovery. Seeking guidance, encouragement, or simply empathetic listening nurtures the soul and reinforces habits of resilience. Creating personal rituals that mark moments of reflection and self-care strengthens inner stability. These habits reinforce the mind-body connection and provide clarity when facing emotional turbulence. Letting go of control over external circumstances while focusing on inner responses transforms suffering into growth. Acceptance of what cannot be changed empowers one to redirect energy toward meaningful actions. People who heal gracefully built patience as a cornerstone of their habits. Recognizing that emotional recovery takes time prevents frustration and supports sustainable resilience. Engaging with creative expression allows pain to be transformed into beauty, insight, and meaning. Art, music, and writing provide avenues for processing and releasing emotions constructively. Regular reflection on past experiences creates wisdom for the present. Observing challenges with curiosity and insight strengthens emotional intelligence and enhances decision-making under stress. Setting boundaries is essential for emotional protection. Knowing when to say no and maintaining limits ensures mental clarity, reduces overwhelm, and fosters balanced engagement with the world. Incorporating mindfulness practices into daily routines develops attention, reduces reactivity, and enhances the ability to navigate life's difficulties with serenity and grace. Accepting vulnerability as a natural aspect of being human allows individuals to face pain without fear. Vulnerability paired with conscious habits cultivates courage, openness, and emotional maturity. Habitual reflection on successes and challenges strengthens self-awareness. Those who pause regularly to evaluate experiences gain insight, resilience, and the ability to approach difficulties wisely. Emotional healing thrives when individuals practice self-care as a priority rather than an afterthought. Small, consistent habits of nourishment, rest, and reflection lay the foundation for inner strength. Handling pain gracefully requires the cultivation of perspective. By seeing beyond immediate discomfort, individuals can recognize growth opportunities and maintain hope during difficult times. Regular breathing exercises and meditation anchor the mind in the present, reducing anxiety and creating habits that support clarity, calmness, and emotional balance during hardships. Writing about experiences provides an outlet for emotional processing. Individuals who engage in expressive writing develop deeper self-understanding, release tension, and gain resilience. Developing habits of gratitude amidst struggle transforms perception. Focusing on what is still positive provides emotional energy, strengthens resilience, and promotes a sense of inner peace. Emotional recovery is fostered by consistent routines of self-care, reflection, and mindful observation. These habits provide stability and equip individuals to face challenges with grace. People who handle pain gracefully embrace their emotions fully rather than suppress them. Acknowledging and feeling deeply allows for healing, integration, and long-term emotional strength. Seeking supportive environments and mentors encourage growth through guidance and shared wisdom. Habits of connection reinforce resilience and provide perspective during difficult periods. Regular moments of solitude and reflection enhance clarity. Solitude allows one to process emotions, gain insight, and cultivate inner strength without external distraction. Handling pain effectively involves learning to respond rather than react. Habits of mindful observation and conscious decision-making transform emotional turmoil into purposeful action. Engaging in creative or therapeutic practices nurtures the spirit.
People who process their emotions through art, music, or writing discover channels for expression, release, and insight. Mindful awareness of thought patterns allows individuals to identify unhelpful habits and reframe their perspective. This empowers them to approach life's challenges with balance and composure. Daily routines that combine reflection, meditation, and movement strengthen emotional and physical resilience. These consistent practices build stability and equip individuals to navigate hardship gracefully. Habits of emotional healing include compassion toward oneself. Speaking kindly and understanding one's own limitations fosters patience, growth, and deeper self-acceptance. People who respond to suffering with curiosity transform difficulty into learning. Observing emotions, questioning reactions, and applying insights cultivate resilience and emotional intelligence. Mindful breathing, reflection, and journaling are practices that anchor the soul during distress. Regular engagement in these habits enhance clarity, focus, and serenity. Accepting life's uncertainty reduces unnecessary struggle. Habits of letting go, adapting, and remaining present empower individuals to navigate pain with calmness and grace. Emotional strength grows through repeated practice of self-care, reflection, and mindful observation. These habits create a resilient foundation capable of withstanding life's challenges. Developing awareness of triggers, emotional responses, and coping mechanisms enhances self-regulation. Habits of observation and reflection provide tools to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively.
Healing is a daily practice that requires patience, attention, and compassion. Those who cultivate habits of reflection, acceptance, and care for themselves find that pain gradually transforms into wisdom, insight, and enduring inner strength.